Wow, nobody showed up yet. That's a first. There we go. I finally got my Sebenza back after all that work that it had done. What was this? I know it's a receipt, but what's the receipt for? Oh, having it glass blasted, okay. My one-off custom scale. And my Sebenza's finally back with a new blade, which is the work that it was sent out to have done. So real quick, let me go grab the old blade and then we'll stick that in the box. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. All my sharpening equipment's on the floor, so I'm trying not to step on all that. All right. So here's the old blade. Go ahead and cut that tape. Ah, yes. Dang, I polished that shit. Damn. Look at that. You can see a reflection in that shit. Shiny. This one will be like that eventually. But that is what I had done. I bought a new blade for it. That was $174.90 for a reblade, and it took 31 days. Now their time frame used to be 9 months, so they've shortened that significantly. We're working on the Sebenza that I just got back. And they have to swap out the washers and the bushing when they do a new blade, so now I have two MagnaCut blades for this Sebenza. One is a drop point, the other is the sheep's foot. So we'll go ahead and put those spare parts in here. I'll probably end up wrapping them in the cloth. Okay. Go ahead and get the tools out. Kingwin, what's up? How's it going? No. I suck at rapping. Both presence and lyrically. That's dumb. You should stop being hidden on your main account. I'm sure it isn't. That's what they all say. Oh, no, we don't. You are... Yeah, nothing I can do can change the fact that you're automatically hidden. Believe me when I say that, because I've tried. You are just hidden from the get-go, and that's the way that it is. I don't know what you said on somebody else's live stream, but YouTube did not like it. Well, sure. See, if it was automatically on all messages, that would be great, but it doesn't do that. God damn it. I've been sitting there playing with my Sabenza. You can tell because there's wear marks on the titanium. Oh well. Please tell me that I got... Oh, okay, cool. I thought they had my lanyard pin for a second there. That is kind of necessary for what I plan on doing. God damn, could you guys use any more grease? Jesus Christ. I do love how this turned out. Turned out very, very well. Yeah, there's something that you did that YouTube did not like, and I can't change that. My backspacer. This stuff I have to do off camera because I have to see. Aiden, what's up? I had them make me a new blade. That's what it was gone for. It only took a month. Pretty good turnaround time, if you ask me. Haha. I don't need double subscribers. I appreciate it, though. Okay. So that should be done. Now I need... Oh yeah, you're supposed to shake this before use. Although shaking it does absolutely nothing. So what I do is I squeeze it. Still ridiculous hearing that. Okay. What do you mean the new bearings? I mean, yes, it has new washers, but this is the second Sebenza. This one was a drop point, and I had them make me an Insingo blade for it. Oh, fun. Richard Wormley, what's up? Extra $5 for using a card. Bullshit. This will wear in over time. Gotta wipe off the excess grease so that it doesn't... Yeah, it's like a sheep's foot, but instead of being like this, it's more like just straight down. Basically a reverse Tonto, but aggressive. It's used on traditional knives. Coping style blade shape. Oh yeah, no, I'm supposed to go the other way. I haven't taken one of these things apart in a while, so gotta get used to that again. Well, let's hope I never have to take this thing apart again. Because this one with this handle specifically is a pain in the ass. I mean, sure, I can understand reconditioning it every few months, maybe a year or so. And that one I have to slowly or undo a little bit to put this in. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Oh yeah, that's tight. Oh, beautiful. As it should be. So I got silver thumb studs. Double lug. Cost me an extra $15 to have that done. The reblade was $150. And then after tax, it ended up being $174.90. So real quick, we'll just tighten everything down. Beautiful. Shit happens. That Benchmade Loco sold. Sold it for asking price too. $200. Minus $8 in shipping. The back's doing better. I went to a chiropractor today. I forgot how bad the chiropractor likes hurting people. Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap that up in the this front scale. We'll wrap that with it. You son of a bitch. Dude, he looked tired today. I don't think I've seen somebody look that tired in a long time. So, pro tip, I don't think that the Chris Reeve shop's going to listen to this, and I wish they would. Make double sure that these scales are flat on the inside. Because it's not as smooth with the factory scale as it is with this scale after I flattened it. No, but if I ever decide to use the old blade again, then I can. But now I have a user knife. And it's flickable. It wasn't flickable with the old scale. I don't think they do that on purpose either. I think that that's just because they choose not to flatten their scales. And I'd like to say that I'm going to spend the time flattening scales when I start doing stuff, but I'm not sure yet because it took me 3 or 4 hours to do it on just one scale. I suppose it doesn't really matter when it comes to my design. My design has inset or inlaid washers. It's not going to change anything. Because you can't, you can't. That lock scale, the factory lock side scale, is fit to this blade. I'd need to have another factory or an aftermarket lock scale made, and I don't know who I'd go to about that. I have other Chris Reeve stuff for sale though. It's just hard to find somebody who wants a small Nkosi. No, it's just the single scale. The factory scale's on the backside. Oh, it's so much better. This is what a Sebenza should be right here. I sell Spyderco stuff sometimes. Depends on what I have. Anyway, I'm not like super trying to sell anything today. I just wanted to show you guys that it came back. It's all finished. It has double studs now. So, and it is a lot smoother than it was from factory. I forgot how bad it was from, not that it's like terrible, but it's not great from factory. And then I got it back today and I'm like, wow. I'd flick it and it would go like that far. You'd give it some wrist action too, going like full flick and it would go like that far. Depends. The Gen 2 Ozark Trail had a shitty heat treat. The Gen 1 had a great heat treat. And Demco's made in Taiwan for the most part, and Ozark Trail's made in China. Oh shit! I forgot to. Damn it! I gotta take it apart again. Fuck. I've never seen a hardness test on it either. It was edge retention testing that I saw the difference on. The Gen 1 had an edge that, according to Knives, I guess, lasted 8 hours on cutting cardboard. And the Gen 2 lasted, I think, just over an hour. That is a huge difference in edge retention. Which means it went from probably being 62 to 63 HRC down to mid 50s. Gotta force this one out. Actually, I gotta force this out first. Come on, get out of there. No, but he uses the same boxes. I trust his edge retention testing more than anybody else's. Okay, why are you taking it apart again? Well, my dumbass forgot to put grease on the ball. So now I gotta open up the box, take the tube of grease back out, put some leather. Thanks, I read Leatherman and now I said leather. Put some grease on the blade where the ball rides. Yep, cardboard is fairly aggressive. I don't like using that much, so we're gonna clean some of that off with a Q-tip. And then put it back together. So for soft steels like 420HC, stuff like that happens. Okay, put it back together. Well, 62 HRC leaves you room for toughness, but it also has high enough hardness to damn it. Give me a sec, guys. I used to take this thing apart all the time, and then now I don't, so I got to get back used to how you put this thing back together. Sure, but most steels, most knife steels, 62 is going to be fine. I'd even say good. Okay, there's one. There's two. No, 62 is good for MagnaCut as well. Especially if you want the toughness that it's supposed to be, or that it's claimed to have. 62 is a sweet spot. No, you're supposed to put the blade in from the top. This one's different from most other knives. Some may say that, but I think Laren proved that wrong. I know to a degree that MagnaCut gets tougher the harder it gets, but there's a point when it's no longer getting tougher. I don't know what that point is. But yeah, MagnaCut's a weird steel. So for this knife, what you do is you loosen this. Okay, let go. Then you slide the blade assembly in. To my knowledge, no other knife needs this done. And then you push the lock out to slide that screw in. And then you go ahead and put that screw in. But yeah, like I said, I'd argue most steels, most knife steels have a good spot at 62 HRC. Yep. M390, S90V, MagnaCut, D2. The list goes on and on forever. I mean, you name a knife steel, and I'm willing to bet that it's probably pretty solid at 62. S110V, Maximit would probably be okay. I don't think Rex 121. Maybe Rex 121 and Maximit wouldn't be, but I mean, those weren't designed for knives. Those were designed for other stuff. I think the argument here is there are probably less steels that suck at 62 than there are that suck lower. Not a new Sebenza. It's my second Sebenza, and I just got it back with a new blade. See, I completely agree that purple thumb studs and hardware would look amazing. The problem there is the purple wears away over time, which is why I decided to go with silver instead of the natural or the blue that they come with, because the silver won't wear away. Oh no. I made it that smooth on purpose. Oh, don't give me that shit. Oh, damn it. You know, sometimes I really hate tuning these things. Don't get me wrong, it's smooth. The problem is, it's acting funny. When you get into the really tight tolerances, things are different. Luckily, for this fix, all I need to do is wipe some grease away, because I put too much on a spot. Yeah, I've done it a few times. I've got a picture of this Sebenza actually bit my finger pretty good. Went straight down into the to the nail, and the only thing that stopped it from going any deeper was my fingernail. I hate to do this, but oh, believe me, I have plenty of my $5 Chinese-made knives. Just because I have a $500 knife in my hands doesn't mean that I don't own my fair share of cheap-ass knives. Oh, my finger. I'll show you what happened. I'll show you exactly what I did. I'm not going to do it again. Well, I was playing with it when it happened. You know, sometimes shit happens. Okay, so we'll tighten that. Then we tighten this. Then we tighten that. Oh, that is so much better than it was. So what happened was I was doing it closed like that, and typically it doesn't close in one movement. So I was doing this, my finger slipped, came back, and it bit me right here and went all the way down to the nail. It bled a lot more than I thought it was, but it stopped a lot faster than I expected. Oh, thank God, I forgot. I thought I forgot to put the new backspacer on. Well, this is part of a Harbor Freight set. I use it all the time now. It's like $40. Lifetime warranty. Kind of hard to beat. Just that little bit of blue really sticks out. And then the other knife that I have been carrying this week is this. Now this thing's weird because you'd expect it to be in titanium and it's not. So because it isn't, it's 4.7 ounces, which is about the same weight as this, just smaller. Now the claim is it's in M42 high-speed steel with 420J2 handles or scales. I'll be testing the edge retention on this thing and come back with some results for you guys. And I'll be trying out one of their other knives if this one goes well. Buy a few of them. Oh, I've been missing this thing for so long. We'll find out. I haven't done any testing on it yet. Although when I was sharpening it, it did skate across the diamond plates quite a bit without doing a whole lot of sharpening, so it took a while to sharpen. That's a good sign of high hardness. Might need a vitrified stone for it. I need to get this thing gone. I need to find a price for it, is my current problem. Nice sharpening job, though. How's the Sebenza from factory? Now that it's got a new blade. Not bad. I'd actually say that's pretty good for a factory edge. Nope, I don't have a sharpness tester. I base all my sharpness off of practical testing. Shaving, stuff like that. Will it shave the hair on your arm? Yes. Okay, move up. Will it shave the hair on your face? Now that's a scary one, but sometimes it'll do it. You need an interesting angle to do that. If it doesn't do that, okay, then I know how sharp it is. If it does, then you have to move up somehow. And the moving up from that goes to splitting hairs. Can you whittle a hair? If you can do that, flip it over. Can you whittle a hair the opposite direction? If you can, that's about as sharp as you can test to. Actually, I do cut waves into this stuff. Not with this one, but I did do it with this one the other day. Oh, nice. I wish this wasn't so damn expensive. Sure, but I'm not going to spend multiple thousands of dollars to get a microscope that's set for making or checking edges. That's why I do practical testing. One of my other tests is when I'm making breakfast and I have my Jimmy Dean sandwiches. If this will cut through the plastic without any issues, it's sharp. If it stops cutting through the plastic packaging without any issues, then it needs sharpened. Or at that point, it's not shaving. Sure, I can see the edge. Woo. Yeah, it's not as sharp as I can get it. But I'm not surprised because they don't do things by hand. No, I do have a pad under me though, so we'll see if that helps. I also went to the chiropractor, so. Anyway, this one's going to be a shorter stream. I'll be ending it here pretty soon. And then heading over to a knife shop to show off my new Sebenza blade. That is a damn good looking knife though. No, it doesn't typically test their edge retention. It's just to test how sharp it is. Edge retention I do with cardboard. I tried doing it with sisal rope and I hated that shit. It can look cheap to you all you want. All I know is that this definitely wasn't cheap. On the build, because I decided to go with a drop point one first. The drop point, this knife with the drop point blade was 400. On top of that was the scale, which was 26. The backspacer, which was 13. The reblade that I just had done and just got it back from the factory for doing that was 175. So total in 6, just above 600. Oh, and then the glass blasting, so nearly 700. And if you want to count my hours for flattening out this scale, we'll say 750. Oh, I'm not saying that the Milwaukee Fastback is a bad knife either. You know, it's just I found something that I like and I spent money on it. It's kind of like people who pay high ends of money to play video games. I mean, I understand it seems stupid, but let's say you found a game that you like. So you want to get something, you want to treat yourself with something nice. So you do. In 5 years, it could also be $5. I don't know. I did not. It probably won't be that low, but I didn't buy it for other people. I bought it for me. Oh, believe me, I'd love to have some meteorite inlays on this thing. Meteorite inlays on a Sebenza would be sick. So here's the thing. If this thing ever does go up in value, what I need to do to make it go up in value is to have this front scale glass blasted. And then I redo the finish on it again. Which I'm glad I finished that. I finished the finish. But I was going to continue saying something. Oh, the colors don't match. And you can see it too. It's blatantly obvious that this is sandblasted and this side's glass blasted. Well, I mean, I've seen a custom that's like $90,000, but I wouldn't pay that much. Go buy something that's going to appreciate. I don't know, get oil stocks or something. Shit that pays you back. Oh, the color bothers me. Just because it does. The fact that it's not symmetrical bothers me as well. Specifically just the color thing. Oh, good on you. You've got a shit ton of money in gold then. No, I know there are. I know there's collectors like that out there. I'm just not one of those collectors. Damn, that's nice. I miss this thing so much. Well, the symmetry of this thing matters to me, so eventually I'll be getting this thing reblasted. I just need to find somebody who will do it for me. I do, however, like the color difference. How it's a little bit darker in the lines. Oh, because I'd let somebody stop me from doing that. Oh, I can't wait to sharpen this thing. I'm not going to because it's still sharp, but we'll be ending the stream in about 5 minutes. And then I can go to the knife shop and ooh and ah and yeah. Hmm. I was wondering if the second thumb stud was gonna get in the way. So far it hasn't, so we've got a plus there. We'll leave the lotion at home. But now I can open it with my left hand, which is the whole reason why I got the second stud on there. Oh yeah, it's centered. A lot more centered than my original Sebenza is. My fucking finger hurts. Should have had him fix that while I was at the chiropractor. But it wasn't hurting until after I left. Chris, what's up? I got my Sebenza back. I should sue him. Right after I left, my finger started hurting. No, sometimes they just hurt. Sometimes your joints just hurt every once in a while and then it goes away. Oh, I got a new blade for it. It started out with a drop point, and I didn't like the drop point blade. So I bought a reblade. Had them make me a new blade. About $10 more expensive than I expected it to be. I wish they ran them at 60-61. Instead, they chose 59-60. And don't get me wrong, there isn't a huge difference. I just want that. Oh, Chris, the Loco sold really quick too. I was surprised. Didn't expect that shit to sell that quick. It can get more glassy if heat treated or if sharpened to high grits. Anyway, if you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I'll be posting some pictures of this thing. And also you'll see the other knife that I've been carrying for a bit. And after tuning it, it's not a bad knife. No, I got 200 out of it. But Blade Binge didn't take their cut, so I'm happy with what I got paid. Should have had me make you a custom, dude. I'm joking, I don't make customs. I'll make custom parts, like I'll buy parts like this, and then do custom finishes and stuff. I do take pictures of my knives before selling them. I do. The specs are 420 J2 scales, regular steel pocket clip, frame lock, M42 claimed blade steel. And they claim it's between 65 and 67 HRC. I'll have to have that tested. I'll go probably tomorrow. I'll call a local heat treat place and ask if they would test it for me. If it all checks out, should be a cool knife. Pardon me while I stab my table on accident. But yeah, I'll do custom fitting stuff. It just takes time. Like how this scale took, how many hours did that take? Like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, it's a high-speed steel. It's used for drill bits. Can run up to 70 HRC, which would be interesting to see. But I don't think I'd want that on a knife. 65 to 67 is pretty decent, though. Should hold an edge. I might have someone XRF test it, too. Here in a couple minutes, I'm going to end the stream. What do you mean by a good EDC? What's your price point? This one's a good good EDC, but it's $500. And I don't have an opinion on this until I have it tested, so I'm not going to tell you guys anything about it other than what it is. Doesn't have a company name. I think it's titanium nitride coating. Either that or it's tungsten nitride. If it's tungsten nitride, I'll be more impressed. Well, M42 does have a it's supposed to be used red hot. It's designed to be red hot while cutting steel. So, yes, you should be able to use a belt on it. Doesn't mean I would. I'm just saying that you could. If it is what they claim that it is. That's the problem. When you buy things from AliExpress, you never know what you're going to get. Hence why I need it tested. And if it tests out properly, I might buy a few and sell them to you guys if you guys are interested. Buy a few in bulk, get some savings, sell them to you guys, make a little bit of money. You guys get a decent knife after I tune it because this thing was a piece of shit from the factory. It took 2 hours of tuning to get this thing as smooth as it is. And super glue in the pivot. That's what they used from factory. Not that that's a terrible thing, it's just there. It's like Loctite, but you don't have to wait. I tried it, it works. Believe me on that. Just one drop. I wouldn't recommend it though. Yeah, China. Anyway, there's a company that makes an M390 and titanium version of this, but I'm not dropping $140 on that. Probably between this right here and this. Don't make me pick between the two. But yeah, you can get a base model Para 3 for $200. And then a base model one of these for $500. Anybody else have any questions before I head out? I'll go ahead and answer a few more questions and then, oh yeah. This thing will be up for sale soon. If anybody's interested in a Piranha push button auto, it's in 154 cm at 60 to 61 HRC. Aluminum scales. I don't know why nobody makes, it's probably because it's not stainless. It does have a little bit of blade play, but it seems to me like that's a common thing with these. I don't try and bend my blades. This one will snap. If you try and do any bending with this thing, it'll snap. The other one will probably hold up just fine with everyday use. And I'll be carrying this thing. It's not like I'm going to sit it there in the box forever. This is my carry knife. I carried this thing all the time too when I got it. I love this knife. But you need to have an understanding that in Maximate, you cannot do any sort of prying. You will snap the blade. Guaranteed. Use a pry bar. Go buy a pry bar. Everybody go buy a pry bar. If you ever pry on things, use that. Somebody asks for your knife, ask them what they're using it for. If they say, oh, I need to pry something, hand them a pry bar. Got about 45 seconds until I end the stream. I don't think it's a commonly used steel in general. M42 just isn't. It wasn't on my radar until I saw this on AliExpress. They have another model that I'm interested in though. Same steel. So, we'll see. I hope that one goes well. If that one goes well, I'll buy a few in bulk. Alright, we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. Do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you have a great rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is. And we'll see you in the next one. Oh, there's a lot of beautiful pieces out there. I'd argue this is one of them, but yeah, I just use my knives. All right, we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.